Well, hi once again, everybody. Welcome to another, it's going to be another awesome edition of the 19th Hole Podcast for Golfers. I'm lucky enough to be your host, Dennis Silvers, and we're through the holidays now, so it's kind of time to get down to business and try to get out to the golf course. The weather here in Las Vegas has been really sporadic. I mean, you never know this is a desert. We've been getting a ton of rain, and we need the water. Don't misunderstand me. But, it makes it a little bit uncomfortable. The temperatures have been a little bit below normal, but hopefully things are going to be looking up very soon. It's supposed to rain this weekend, but, it is what it is. So you can always go indoors, hopefully, if you got a facility near you, and kind of hit some balls and stay in touch with your golf clubs. The PGA Tour season, as you know, has started, and they had the Century tournament last week. They're in Honolulu right now, and they got some friends playing over there, so we're well underway. And speaking about golf courses, we have a very, very interesting guest for you today, making his first appearance here on the 19th Hole Podcast. And we were talking earlier, and I told him that, here in Southern Nevada, here in Las Vegas, we only have three par 3 golf courses. I love playing par 3 golf courses because, number one, they're a hell of a lot quicker than getting out on a regulation golf course. Number two, it's tremendous practice for your short game and putting, obviously. And number three, it's a whole lot of fun, whether you're playing with your buddies, which I do, or you go out with the family or whatever. We have a gentleman on today that is bringing this concept. It's going to be all over. They're up and running already in Greenville, South Carolina, and we're going to talk about that. But let me tell you about our guest, Davis Sezna. Davis has spent over 4 decades involved in designing and creating with his teams to operate his various concepts, which are both in golf and in food and beverage. So he's got a tremendous hospitality background. Davis grew up in Delaware and is the recipient of the first Wine Spectator Award in the state of Delaware, which is very cool. Davis also built the first clubhouse in the United States, get this, to be recognized by the Zagat Dining Guide for both food and beverage. Davis is involved in what I think, as I mentioned, is a very cool, fantastic concept called Threes Greenville, which is an entertainment center consisting of 12 par 3 holes, obviously of various lengths, along with a huge putting course and a 6-acre short game practice area, which is all under the lights until 11 p.m. every night. How cool is that? We only have one par 3 course here at Angel Park that actually has lights to it. And if you play under the lights, it's a great, great experience. And to show you how cool this concept is, last summer, 8 a.m. Golf, which we'll talk about, Davis will talk about, and Justin Timberlake, Justin, if you're a song fan at all, became a partner in Threes. Davis played golf for the Dogs at the University of Georgia. He has a great saying, get this, and I love it. Every day we throw a party, and the better the party, the more people will come. Makes sense to me. I think it's absolutely great. So without further ado, let's bring up Davis Sezna and welcome him onto the show. Davis, my friend, thanks for taking time out and coming on the show.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure. I've listened to your show, and it's great to be on it.
Well, I appreciate that very much. I could tell you this. We have got a ton of viewers because I told a lot of people, I said, hey, guess what? They said, who you got on the show this week, Dennis? And I said, we've got Davis on. They thought it was Davis Love. So we get trust me, we got a we got a ton of viewers. But anyway,
Well, he's another cool guy, and he likes cigars also.
oh, that's good. That's good. I know. You and I chatted about the great hospitality school they have here in Vegas at UNLV. And I know a lot of people in the hospitality business. But let me ask you this, Davis. What got you initially interested in getting into the hospitality business?
I think when I started parking cars at 13 years old, that I learned the difference between running and getting a car for someone and getting a quarter, or having it running on a cold night, 25 degrees in Delaware, having it running and warm and waiting for them. They'd give me $1. And so when I talk to MBA schools, I talk about the IRR of the difference between accommodation and hospitality.
Yeah.
And I feel I grew up competing and playing with my dad and friends in golf all my life, and I felt that there was a real need and opportunity to make it better in the game of golf for people, for playing, and certainly now uh, creating more fun
Yeah.
than intimidation of competition.
Yeah, no, that's well said. You know, everybody, Davis, talks about growing the game. We want to grow the game. We want to grow the game. Well, that's all well and good, but I think it's easier said than done. Do you think your concept with going out with the family under the lights, playing this very cool par three, is actually going to help grow the game, Davis? How do you see growing the game of golf?
Well, I think for all the golfers who are listening, we all know the feel of the sweet spot, the click when we hit the ball on the sweet spot. That's what brings us back.
True.
Is that sweet spot, and uh, but probably 65% of the people that come out to Threes Greenville, the PGA of America don't know exist. So that's the good news, because they will come out, and a certain percentage of those will feel the sweet spot and are going to want to do it again. We've all felt it. It's
Right.
great fun. You make a 30-foot putt,
Right.
uh, and it doesn't hurt to have, as I say, the largest ice machine in golf to inspire people to hang out.
That's true. That's very, very true. That does bring you back. There's no doubt about it. For our viewers, Davis, that are not familiar with 8 a.m. golf, please tell us a bit about them and the connection with threes.
Well, they're a very cool company. They are golf centric. It's owned by Howard Milstein, operated by Hoyt McGarity as the CEO,
Right.
with a great team of wonderful people. They love the game of golf. They own Golf Magazine. They own golf.com. They own TrueSpec, Golf Logic, and many more.
Wow.
They own the Jack Nicklaus brand and design team.
Uh-huh.
So threes fit into their portfolio well, and our passion for the game and our passion for making the game fun, uh, it, we have that in common.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Who actually came up? Was it you by yourself, Davis, with the concept of these par three courses?
Well, I think they've been creating little short courses forever and ever. And whether you go to Scotland, Ireland,
Yeah.
you'll find a short course. You'll find a wonderful par three in front of Turnberry in Scotland. And people who want to have some fun, have a little extra land, or want to accommodate the beginners, or those who don't want to play the big course, that they have thoughtfully built these. Threes Greenville, to the best of my knowledge, will be the first one that we take on the road and scale
Uh-huh.
and take it to many cities, including Las Vegas.
Okay, that's great because we could certainly use one here, and I know there's some what I think are good locations and great opportunities and stuff, and I think that's fantastic. Friends of mine, and all two of them. I don't have a lot of friends for some reason. Have asked me to ask you. How did you decide on having 12 holes instead of the usual 9 holes? Because, as you know, Davis, traditional golfers are used to 9 holes, and all of a sudden you throw in 12 holes, which I think is great. How did that come about?
Well, it's interesting. When I bought it. It was originally an 18-hole par three course that Jay Haas and a group created back in the 90s. And every time after I bought it, every time I would play it, uh, I was uh, I was more than happy to stop at 12. Nine wasn't quite enough, and I didn't have the attention span of 18.
Okay.
And to be able to play in an hour and 20 minutes was very convenient.
Yeah.
And as you understand, with a par three course, you were never far from the ice machine.
Yeah, that's very true. The one, the Cloud Nine. I think we talked about this too a couple of days ago out at Angel Park here, which is very popular. Angel Park is. They usually more times than not will have 9 holes, but they do have the capability of doing 12 holes. And I have played it a number of times where I have played 12 holes, and you're right. It's just kind of the right amount. And you don't want it to end, of course, when you're playing good. When you're playing like hell, you're going, nine's enough. I'm going in or whatever. But
Well,
anyway,
well, the
yes,
other thing is that when every Wednesday night we have a skins game,
okay,
and and we put five on every tee as shotgun, and when you have 12, you can get 60 players on the
right,
course for the skins game.
right.
And if you only had 9 holes, that would really reduce the number of players and the less fun. So 12 really works for 60 players
Yeah,
and less time.
yeah, and less time. That's true. How often do you cash on the skins game, Davis? You should be able. I'm not
Well,
saying you're. I'm not saying you're making an annuity of it, but You're a very good player. So how often do you cash? Let's be honest.
well, every time I win a skin, my general manager takes the cash from me and buys everybody drinks. So apparently, I'm not allowed to keep it. But I am more than happy to buy the drinks.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. How many just off the cuff, how many holes in one have you had on the course already?
Well, that's really interesting. I've had 10 holes in one in my career, my lifetime,
Wow.
uh, but uh,
Wow.
but I haven't made one. We have one probably once a week
Really?
uh, at threes, but I have not made one yet. So a wonderful story, though. The PGA Tour player Mark Wilson, who has won 5 times in the tour, as you know,
Yep.
and a wonderful guy. And he's great friends with some of the pros in Greenville. And he came to town and they all sent him out to threes. And his
Hmm.
10-year-old son, first time playing it, made a hole in one on our 12th hole at
Oh,
10
great.
years old.
Wow. Fantastic.
So it's so the holes range from 62 yards to 165 yards. So it's not just chip and putt. Probably 7 clubs is the perfect number for the.
Yeah.
We have the little bags.
Yeah. How many uh how many tees do you have on each hole?
Uh, the We have um, I would say we have three tees on every hole.
Okay.
So on the 165-yard hole, we can play at 60 yards.
Okay. All right. That's great. You want to have that
So
flexibility, vis-a-vis
absolutely.
the ability of the player. All right, Davis, hang in there. We're going to step away. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have a lot more with our special guest, David Sezna. So stay with us. We're going to return right after this.
Are you an E or a C?
Both have Ridgeback.
These are loaded with tech.
Which one are you gaming? Definitely E for me.
It's just so forgiving. I'm definitely an E.
C is for Jacob. What else?
C is for kill it.
C is me. Low spinning bombs.
So, are you an E or a C?
I don't know. Hey, wait a minute.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
I got to tell you, I love the music in that Encore Golf spot. It is really great. That Vero 2 is just a fabulous ball. Anyway, as you back with Davis, as you know, Davis, during COVID, the golf business and golf itself just grew tremendously. I think it's slowed down, and I think it's going to continue to slow a little bit in comparison. How do you see it, and why?
Well, I don't think any one sport is for everybody. And I think the outdoor sports, the outdoors were a great place for people to go.
Yeah.
Everybody had cabin fever, and some people might have gone out and went sailing or snowshoed or whatever they might have done. Golf, golf was a great outlet. And I think friends were asking friends, take me out.
Uh-huh.
Even if they had one, even if they had a set of their father's clubs, they went out and tried it. And it was a fun time. You were allowed to be together out on the golf course. It was a bit extreme, if you remember. We weren't touching any flag sticks. And
Right.
one good thing that came out of COVID, besides we were very busy, was that we didn't put rakes in the bunkers during that time. And now, and most people don't rake a bunker well or even rake it.
True.
So we've eliminated the rakes, and we rake them every morning. And then we tell people, improve your lie in the bunker if you're in there, and we only have 9 bunkers.
Okay. That's good advice. That's very good advice. I just got during the commercial, I got a text from a viewer, Davis, wanting to know if you have or are planning perhaps a pro shop at the Par 3 facilities, and do you walk or do you have carts available?
We have no motorized carts. We have pull carts, and then we have smaller Sunday bags, if you will. There's a great company called Sunday Bag out of San Diego, and
Right.
they supply our bags, and they're terrific.
Yeah.
It's a quality bag. You can buy them cheaper, but no better. And people, even older men and women, will put a smaller bag with 6 or 7 clubs on their shoulder and go.
Right.
So it's either pulling your bag or carrying.
Okay. So what you're telling me, if I come out to Greenville to play this golf course, I don't get a caddy? You have no caddies there?
Well, I don't know. Depending upon what you're paying, I may caddy for you.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I can tell, Dennis, you're a big tipper, so I would caddy for
all
you.
right. You got it. You got it. That's very nice. Uh, in your opinion, Davis, or experience, and you got a hell of a lot of it, what's the number one obstacle you have to have a successful F&B operation? And if you want to go into a little detail, that's fine, because I know it's a tough business.
Well, it's interesting. Uh, First off, you have to care. You have to care about good food before you care about profit. Because if you don't do enough volume, then it doesn't really matter what it's costing you.
True.
So you focus on good food, and then you understand what your costs are and you price it properly. But great food, we have a party shack, and but our drinks. A great friend of mine, Doug Snyder, is Ritz Carlton trained on mixology. So we have Four Seasons and Ritz Carlton mixology in plastic cups, and uh, our food is inspired by some of the best chefs. I probably hired maybe 350 chefs in my lifetime
Wow. Wow.
throughout all my food and beverage concepts. So I really care about barbecue. I care about the perfect burger. I care about the best chicken salad or grilled cheese
Sure.
and tomato basil soup. So
Sure.
uh, there's a tomato basil soup that you can't wait to eat again, and there are other tomato basil soups that leave you flat.
Right.
Why would you serve anything and care enough and study it to have food that people want to eat again?
Right. I totally agree. I totally agree. Do you get comments from your customers about your food and beverage and about the golf course?
Oh, all the time. And we get people uh, who are visiting Greenville. Greenville has exploded with great leadership, great economic development. It's really one of the charming cities in our country. And Greenville is always in the top 10 of places you would like to live. So we have a great clientele of wonderful people in Greenville, and we have BMW, we have Michelin, we have Bausch and Lomb,
Wow.
we have a lot of big companies. Uh, we have a lot of visitors every day, every week, and they drive by on the way in. We're only a mile from downtown Greenville, so uh, our location is great, and you can't miss the lights in the evening. So,
Right.
and if you look close enough, you'll see the fire pits roaring and the ice machine shaking the building.
I love that. Somebody
Right.
reminded me about, I had asked you, and I want to follow up on it. If you have room or you're desirous of having some type of pro shop in your facilities, Davis.
Well, we do. We do have a pro shop, and we do have retail.
Okay.
And now with 8 a.m. golf, for everyone that wants to follow us, our website is 3s.golf, and we will have an online pro shop that you'll be able to buy the same clothes that Justin Timberlake will be wearing. And uh, the cool thing about Justin Timberlake is he loves the game of golf.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
he is a terrific person, a great character. He loves to have fun, and he is really he's inspired this concept.
Yeah, well, he has a Vegas connection. Not only has he performed here, but I'm sure you're all aware he was involved in the Shriners tournament for a couple of years
Right.
and getting the people out to, the pro-am and the celebrities and all that stuff. And I know that, and he would perform on Saturday night and stuff. And I know that he absolutely loves golf. So I think you're very lucky to have him, as an
he's great.
investor. Yeah. Have you played with him, Davis?
Yes, I have. I have. He has a great swing, and I've never seen anybody hit it as high as he hits it. He hits a very high ball, and he hits it a long ways.
Yeah.
So we played at Seminole Golf Club down here, where I am, and a lot of those greens you have to come in from above, and he had no problem.
Yeah, no, that's great. What's the criteria? I'll ask you this before we take our next short break. What's the criteria you have, Davis, for choosing the location for your courses, and also who designs the layout? Who's the architect?
Well, those are all great questions.
That's why I get the big bucks on this show, Davis.
There's no question,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why you can afford to be a big tipper. But obviously demographics.
Yeah.
Demographics is easy, and it's fun to find growing, vibrant cities with universities and colleges
Right.
and junior colleges. So the cosmetic of that city, and there are just lots of golfers in the Southeast. They
Yeah.
love the game of golf.
Yeah.
So we don't have a shortage of golfers, and so we look for that. We look for the right location with a little bit of movement in the ground, so we can build some interesting holes. When this course was built, every green complex was designed by a different architect. So, we had Reese Jones, and we had Tom Fazio and Arnold Palmer.
Wow.
And it gives you a little bit of variety.
Right.
And then if you have local pros around, we've got Jay Haas, Bill Haas, Charles Warren, Lucas Glover is from there.
Huh.
Mark Wilson's there.
Yeah.
Kyle Thompson.
Wow.
So Frank Wren, great player, played with him last night, and I just as soon caddy for him than play against him. But the par three is the kind of thing where at night, at 50 degrees at night, Jay Haas came out and played with me in the rain.
Wow.
Because you can do that. You wouldn't do that on a conventional golf course.
No, you would not.
But Jay's a great spirit, and it was raining, and he put it was the President's Cup rain suit, unlike mine, but that's what you can do at threes, and it's great fun.
That is absolutely great fun. This may seem like a silly question, but again, you don't have a beverage cart on the course, do you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you
we
do? Okay.
And all the holes are close enough to the clubhouse that the ice never melts.
Right. Okay. I gotcha. I didn't know that.
So no, we have beverage carts on the course. We have stationary beverage stations. No, and we're literally only 60 seconds away from a burger, a hot dog, or a wonderful pizza.
That's awesome, because I know all of the other par three courses here do not, and but that is terrific. All right, Davis, stay with us. We're going to step away again, take another short break. We come back, we'll finish up with our special guest. So we will return right after this, I promise. One of the perks about being in golf media is that I get to try every club ever made. Of course, like most things, some are better than others. I'm here to tell you that I have found unquestionably the absolute best performing set of irons I have ever played, and my scores show it. Let me introduce you to Grindworks, custom fitted irons that are made to fit your game. Grindworks offers players 3 different styles of irons. You can choose muscle back irons, cavity back irons, and even blades, along with some awesome wedges. And when you purchase your clubs, Grindworks lets you choose the type of shaft you want, the type grip you prefer, and even will adjust the loft and lie of your clubs if needed. That's unheard of. So what are you waiting for? Feel the power and experience and performance of these amazing clubs. Simply go to grindworksusa.com or call 281-651-4046 to order. Trust me, your handicap will love you for it.
As golfers, we want instant gratification when it comes to a better golf swing and playing better golf. Impossible, you say? Not anymore. Golf Boost Artificial Intelligence, AI, has developed and patented the most advanced swing analysis technology in golf. Simply, the algorithms detect your body position and then analyze your golf swing using their artificial intelligence technology. The AI captures all the relevant data from your swing video and then presents you a personalized lesson. Golf Boost AI is the ultimate swing analysis and virtual instruction system for golfers of all ages and abilities. This sophisticated software takes into consideration your height and build, playing level, and returns the ideal solution for your swing. Bottom line, Golf Boost AI is an incredibly convenient and cost-effective tool for golfers to improve their swing. Go to golfboost.com and check it out. The app is free to download and try. Visit golfboost.com today.
Welcome back, everybody. Just want to mention real quickly that Golf Boost AI, download it on your phone or take a look at it. It's going to be reworked, change. It's going to be awesome pretty soon. So keep that in mind. All right, back with our special guest, Davis Sezna. And Davis, we touch on it a little bit. But tell us about the growth plan that you've got for threes. How many courses you think you'd like to open per year, or you going to go international, or what?
Well, I always thought that this is, I've done many concepts over my lifetime. I love doing them. But this is the most fun I've had, primarily because it creates fun for more people than anything I've ever done. Indoor, outdoor, golf, putting, to fun shuffleboard. This will be enjoyed in many cities. I thought maybe I'd do 5 or 6 around the Southeast. And I think with 8 a.m. golf, I think we can do many. And I think we'll do them around the world.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. That's great, and I think it'd be a huge hit with that, because people are looking for. I hate to call it alternatives, but it kind of is, with a par 3 course or an executive course or something like that, especially with new players. I think it's terrific. Tell us about your putting green. It's Himalayas and something else, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I call it one of the first Himalayas I ever saw, maybe the first ever, is at St. Andrews to the right of the second tee. And it's about 2 acres, maybe even 3 acres of humps and bumps. And it's all the fescue grass, and everyone from 2 years old to 102 are out there putting and having fun. And I've always enjoyed the fact that even if people don't want to play golf, they can all putt.
Right.
And the frustration of putting is when we don't make a putt. But when you have enough undulation in the greens, enough humps and bumps and fun, you really aren't trying to make every putt, but you are trying to create a speed.
Right.
So it's much more entertaining than being judged on your accuracy on a flat green.
Yeah, that's true. And
People love it.
I know they do. I personally, as far as tiered greens and that type of thing, I mean, I play them. I'm not a real fan of them, maybe because, I need to putt better or whatever, but I think that is very interesting. You are a good player.
Well, Dennis,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dennis, let me jump in there.
Sure.
I agree with you. When we're playing golf and we're adding it up, and when you get out on a conventional golf course, we take that very seriously. And those humps and bumps on a conventional golf course are not enjoyable for the most part. But on a putting green, where we all know it's entertainment,
correct, 100% correct,
and you can hit a putt, and if you miss it on the right side, it'll run 30 feet to the right. It really is. It creates a lot of laughs.
That's a very, very good point. You have been and you are a good player, so I feel that you're perfectly qualified to answer this next question. And I like to ask it of a lot of guests because the answers vary so much. But do you think the average weekend player, amateur Davis, complicates his golf swing more than it needs to be? Because I truly believe in watching a lot of good players, it's pretty simple. You take it back, you hit through the ball, you finish, and they're adding all this gyration and all that stuff. What's your thought on that?
Well, I think that when you're fortunate enough to get to the level where you're competing and you're shooting par or better, that you tend not to fiddle when you're competing. You're looking for something that works,
right.
And then you compete. And the person who has the most heart and putting the best that week will go on out and win it.
Right.
But when we stop competing and we start having fun, then it's sort of fun to fiddle.
Yes.
And we fiddle with different wedges. We fiddle with different drivers. I was seeing where you were promoting this one club that it made me want to try them. So what's fun is if you're playing for a championship, money or not, then you tend to simplify it.
Right.
But if you're not playing for a championship, then we allow ourselves to fiddle.
Right.
And that's just what we do.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I couldn't agree with you more. And I categorize, I don't know if you agree, Davis, tell me, but I categorize instructors primarily into two categories: those that are very technical and those that, go by the KISS rule, which I like, which is keep it simple, stupid. And I think most people like that better. Don't you agree?
Well,
we might have lost Davis. Might have a connection problem. I'll tell you what, let's go to our last commercial break, and hopefully we will get him back and we will finish up the show. So we'll be right back. Hey golfers, I've been a golf talk show host for a long time, and I've been playing golf even longer. Being in golf media, I've had the chance to play every ball ever made. I've tried them all. Well, my search is finally over because I found the best ball I have ever played with, and more golfers are finding the same thing. I started playing with the Elixir golf ball made by Encore Golf. Encore Golf has revolutionized both their golf balls, the Elixir or the Avant 55, or the brand new Vero X1, to where the performance of either will simply blow you away. It did me. If you're looking for better performance and durability with your ball, Encore Golf has it. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out at encoregolf.com and you'll become convinced, as I am, the first time you tee it up with Encore. It's the best performing ball for the price. Go to encoregolf.com and see for yourself. Your scores will love you for it. That's ONCORE golf.com. Hi, I'm Dennis Overs, host of the 19th Hole podcast for golfers, and I'm here to tell you about some great wedges and putters from Grindworks USA. First, the Grindworks Barrett Collection wedge set. These wedges are unparalleled in today's market. The wedges come to you in 3 different lofts, 51, 57, and 61 degrees, all designed to be able to spin around the greens with the ability to hit high, middle, or low shots around the greens. Grindworks also makes a line of their Windsor Wells precision machine putters. This beautiful design of putter was not only created to be appealing to the eye, but to perform better on the greens. You will gain a ton of confidence to help lower your scores. Go to grindworksusa.com or call 281-651-4046. I promise your scores will love you for it. All right, welcome back, everybody. We did get Davis back, and we're going to finish up the show. What'd you do? Go to the kitchen or something? We lost you.
No, it just said cannot connect. And it said you cut me off, so I figured you preferred Hogan over Sam Snead.
Interesting. All right, let me just ask you this to finish up, Davis, and I really appreciate the time that you gave us on the show. It's been great. You are going to the PGA show, as am I. What are you looking to get out of the show?
Well, it's fun.
It is fun.
When I was competing, I was looking for better equipment. And now for threes, we're looking for more toys, fun stuff for people to enjoy out on the golf course. And whether it's a neon flagstick or on the short game area, different baskets and targets, we're looking to redo our hole signs, our tee markers.
Wow.
I always had a fantasy of having Sonos speakers as the tee markers. So, we're always thinking, and it'll be fun to walk around.
Oh, yeah.
As you know, at the PGA show, you end up seeing so many friends.
All the time.
So we'll be looking at toys and fun stuff for the pro shop and making the threes experience more colorful and more entertaining.
Yeah, no, that's great. Am I buying you lunch or are you buying me lunch? I don't remember.
Well, if you buy me lunch, I'll know this interview went well.
Okay. All right. That's that's a deal. That's a deal. Real quickly before we leave, so we're just about out of time. When do you all expect to come out to Las Vegas and hopefully, start your search for a course?
Well, we're already searching, and we're already excited, and I won't say more than that, except that I'm anxious to get out there because everything in Vegas is a little more. It's bigger. It's better.
Yeah.
It would ultimately be a threes on steroids.
Oh, without a doubt.
So it would be very, very cool. And Justin Timberlake has an idea for an amphitheater, and
awesome.
So they're a lot of fun stuff. This is an entertainment center with golf, and great food and beverage.
Absolutely.
and great music.
And great music as well. Absolutely. Anyway, I will let you go again. Thank you so much for your time because I know you're busy, and I look forward to seeing you in Orlando and chatting a little bit more. And as you guys grow, we'd love to have you back again and talk more about threes, Davis.
Well, I look forward to seeing you at the show, and I'm flattered, and we at Threes are flattered that you'd want us on the show. Thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Again, thank you, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week in Orlando. Davis Sezna, everybody, good, very interesting guy, great concept, and I hope they really get up and running here in Las Vegas. Anyway, that's going to do it for this edition of the 19th Hole Podcast for golfers. I'm your host, Dennis Silvers. We'll see you again, back again next time. So get out and play some golf. So long, everybody.